The harmattan dust had settled over Benin City that December morning, leaving the air dry and the sky a faded white. Inside St. Matthew's Hospital, the maternity ward buzzed with urgency. Nurses moved briskly, their rubber slippers squeaking on the tiled floor. Isiosa lay on the narrow hospital bed, sweat pouring down her face as she pushed with all her remaining strength. The cries of a newborn pierced the room at exactly 9:47 a.m. But while the nurses wrapped the baby in a faded pink blanket, the doctor's face darkened. "Pressure's dropping, she's bleeding out." Minutes later, Isiosa's breathing slowed, her grip on life loosening like sand falling through open fingers. She whispered something, too faint to catch, and then, nothing. Outside, Dr. Bose Omariyi, still in her work scrubs, was pacing. She had rushed from her hospital after getting a call from her younger sister's husband, but arrived to find him nowhere. When a nurse stepped out, head bowed, Bosa's heart thudded painfully. "Where's my sister? Tell me she's fine." The nurse's voice was heavy. "I'm sorry, doctor. She didn't make it. But the baby, she's healthy." The bundle was placed in Bosa's arms. Tiny, warm, with the same dimple Isiosa had on her left cheek. Bosa's throat tightened. "You'll be called Ivie. Ivie Isiosa. I swear by God, you will never lack love." Bosa's bungalow in GRA Keja stood behind high cream walls, bougainvillea spilling over the top. The front yard smelled of hibiscus and pawpaw blossoms, and the clucking of chickens in a corner coop gave the home an easy, lived-in rhythm. Her own daughter, Matilda, was just a year older than Ivie. They grew up sharing a room painted in pastel yellow, the walls covered with stickers from biscuit packs and cutouts from Bimbo and Lola magazines. Bose treated them as equals. At visiting days in school, she would come with 2 identical lunch packs, jollof rice, fried plantain, chicken drumstick, and 2 chilled bottles of Fanta. She introduced them both as her daughters, and when people gave that questioning look, she added simply, "Ivie is my sister's child. She is mine too." By primary 4, it was clear Ivie was unusually bright. She was the first to master long division, the first to recite all the states and capitals of Nigeria without looking at the chart, and her handwriting was neat enough to be mistaken for a computer printout. Teachers noticed. The headmistress once said during open day, "Madam, this Ivie of yours will go far in life. She's disciplined and very intelligent." Bose beamed, but didn't notice Matilda's forced smile. At first, Matilda's jealousy was subtle, a snide comment here, an arrow there. But as they entered junior secondary school, the comparisons became sharper. "Matilda, why can't you keep your books neat like Ivie? Matilda, see how Ivie greets elders, learn from her." One Saturday morning, Bose called from the kitchen, "Ivie, come and help me pound this yam, your hands are lighter." Matilda, sprawled on the couch watching Super Story, muttered under her breath, "Lighter, or you just like her better." Ivie glanced at her. "Matilda, what's wrong again?" "Nothing. You won't understand." In church, aunties complimented Ivie's choir voice. At school, classmates chose her as group leader. Even in small things, serving visitors, folding laundry, Ivie seemed to do it better. And Matilda felt the praise that should have been hers being stolen by this cousin who wasn't even supposed to be here. The tension reached its peak in SS1. The school announced that the top 3 students would receive full scholarships to study abroad after graduation. When the midterm results came out, Ivie was first. Matilda was 5th. That night, after dinner, Bose hugged Ivie. "If you keep this up, that scholarship is yours. I'm so proud of you." Matilda excused herself from the table, her food untouched. Alone in her room, she sat on the bed, fist clenched. If she's gone, there'll be no one to outshine. The plan came to her after overhearing 2 senior girls in school gossip about otepiepia, a strong rat poison. Just more inside food, and by morning, one said, snapping her fingers. Matilda's heart raced. She knew Mama Ejiro's shop behind their street sold all sorts of dangerous things. One hot Thursday, while Bose was at the hospital and the maid was tending laundry at the back, Matilda slipped out. Mama Ejiro squinted at her over a pile of dried herbs. "Oh, small madam. Wetin you find for here?" "I need rat medicine. Strong one." The old woman wrapped a small packet in brown paper. "Be careful. If person chop voila." Matilda nodded quickly, stuffing it into her school bag. Friday evening, Bosa's shift ran late. The maid cooked ogbono soup with goat meat. When she stepped out to take a phone call, Matilda seized the chance. She poured a small amount of the white powder into Ivie's plate, stirring quickly. When Ivie entered the dining room, Matilda smiled sweetly. "Here, you've been studying all day. Eat before it gets cold." Ivie sat, murmuring thanks. She lifted the spoon. The front door opened. Bose walked in unexpectedly. "What are you eating without me?" she teased, walking over. She reached for Ivie's spoon to taste. Matilda's heart nearly stopped. "No, Mommy. Don't." Bosa's smile faded. "Why not?" "It's very spicy," Matilda stammered. Bose frowned, took the plate, and sniffed. Something was wrong. Her instinct as a doctor prickled. She carried it to the kitchen, quietly scooped some into a small jar, and locked it in her bedroom. That night, Bose tested the soup with a chemical kit she kept for emergencies. The reaction confirmed its traces of poison. The next morning, she called both girls to the sitting room. Her voice was steady but cold. "I found poison in Ivie's food yesterday." Ivie gasped. "Poison?" Bose turned to Matilda. "Do you know anything about this?" Matilda's lips trembled. I don't." "Matilda," Bosa's voice cracked like a whip, "I am your mother and I'm a doctor. Tell me the truth." Tears spilled. I just wanted her gone." "You love her more than me. Always praising her, helping her, hugging her. What about me?" Bosa's eyes softened in disbelief. "Matilda, is that what you think?" Matilda sobbed harder. "It's true. You never look at me the way you look at her." Bose pulled her close, her voice breaking. "Matilda, you are my blood. Nothing will ever change that. Ivie is my sister's child, she has no one else. Loving her does not mean I love you less." She turned to Ivie, who sat pale and silent. "I'm sorry, my dear. This house must be safe for you." For weeks, the atmosphere in the house was tense. Bose arranged counseling for Matilda and had honest talks with both girls. Slowly, Matilda began to thaw, helping Ivie with chores, laughing at her jokes again. 2 years later, when they graduated from secondary school, Ivie won the scholarship. This time, Matilda hugged her tightly. "Don't forget me when you're in London," she whispered. Ivie smiled. "Never. You're my sister." The hibiscus still bloomed in the front yard, and though shadows had once threatened to choke their bond, love had found a way to push through, just like the flowers climbing over Bosa's high cream W.